Good morning, everyone. What is going on? We're back again with another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast, episode 46. I am your host, TheSilverbackSenpai, and joining me across the table is none other than my co-host, Waluigi.
Good morning. It's been a heck of a 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, it's been a heck of a 2 weeks, guys. We've done Otaku Fest, and then before that, we have a little break. Wow, it's good to be back in.
Yeah. And our guest, none other than Aerodusk, joining us again for the second time. He was here for the very first Smashcast, and today we're doing one-on-one, not one-on-one, but two-on-one interview with him to, get
hands.
Yes, sir. To, get to know him a little bit better. So anyway, guys, this episode of the podcast will be available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Anchor. It's also going to be available on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, which is where it's currently being streamed on right now. And yeah, recapping off of our last episode where myself and Waluigi, we had the owners of Flynn's Arcade here, Eddie and Will. Shout out to them. And
I love them to death. Oh my goodness.
And, great episode. It was good to, get their insight on, year two of, being in business and just, overall just knowing what it takes to, run an arcade venue. So shout out to Eddie and Will, the owners of Flynn's Arcade, and, the guys that allow me to have our podcast here at almost, every Sunday morning, if we're able to, do one. So
Yeah, nonstop. Definitely got to give them love.
Oh, yeah. All right. So now that we have Aerodusk back on, the hot seat, and now it's our time to ask him the usual questions that we ask all of our guests, and that is, what got you into gaming? Like, we want to know your gaming origin story from the beginning up until now.
Okay. So from the very beginning, I was big into platformers as a kid. Those are the first games I remember, like specifically Mario and Mega Man. I used to play all the time. Mega Man 8, one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, that is a good class.
One of the first games I remember playing. To this day, I still love playing it, replaying, speedrunning, just doing it for fun. Super Mario Bros. 2 on my Game Boy Advance. Killer game. Absolutely love that.
Choice.
Yeah, I don't know. Just as a kid, my parents always got me platformers. I was really into those. Leading into, the DS coming out. Then I was a big Pokemon fan, went on a big RPG spree. Nowadays, I'm big into first-person shooters, third-person shooters, specifically like Valorant, Counter-Strike, even picking up like Halo. Kind of all across the board. It's like every couple of years I have a rotation. I had a card game phase 2, MOBA phase with League, and just kind of all over the place.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, so you're pretty much an all-around gamer, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so I got to ask you this then. What are your favorite RPGs? Top 3 right off your head.
Right off my head, Dragon Quest XI, banger, Persona 5, banger, and
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII, top 3.
Persona 5, if you have not gotten Persona 5, shame on you. That is a great game. Like, shame on you. Like,
I have no shame.
Persona 4 is a close fourth.
Persona 4, that's another game that I've never got to experience, unfortunately. Yeah. But 5, which was being my very first one, I was just like, bro, like, starting out, especially with Kamoshida, it kind of you're like, okay, I see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I would say once you get to Makoto, that's when it starts getting very interesting. Yeah, like that's when it starts picking up, and it's a hell of a game to play. Yeah, you're gonna drop like 100 hours,
At least 100.
Yeah, at least
Casual playthrough, 100 hours.
yeah. So I highly recommend getting Persona 5 Royale because a lot of people told me if you're getting into Persona 5, go with Royale. Persona 5 is still good, but Royale
It's just a definitive edition, basically.
Yeah,
You just need to play that one.
Yeah, definitely. So what are your top 3 shooters then?
Top 3 shooters. Kind of biased, like recency bias. Valorant's definitely my number 1 right now. That game's just so fun, addictive. Love playing with friends, coaching, doing the rank grind and such.
Okay.
Second, Counter-Strike. It's been out forever, but
Oh, yeah.
it's just a classic. It never gets old.
Oh, yeah.
Third, there's a million CODs. It's hard to pick one, but Modern Warfare 2 definitely has the most memories for me.
Sir. Yes.
Even in recent years, I've picked up Modern Warfare 2 on Steam, and it's kind of nice to get in there every couple months or years, time to time, drop a couple new tubes on them kids, show them what's up, you know.
Yes, Modern Warfare 2 is a classic. I don't care what anyone says. That's literally the best game because everything was so overpowered and broken, but it just made it a lot of fun.
Yeah, really.
Like
That's true.
anyone could get anyone. Like if you really put in the time into the game, you can literally get good and then pull off high kill streak wins and whatnot.
I still lean towards Black Ops 2, just because of zombies.
For sure.
Yeah, like Black Ops 2 would be my second favorite. Like Modern Warfare 2, then Black Ops 2.
That story mode, man, it got me.
All right, so I got a good question.
You got any fighting games you into?
Fighting games, not really. I feel like surprisingly, that's the genre I've played the least of all video games, which is weird considering I'm, mostly known as an FGC organizer currently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Besides Smash Ultimate, I mean, recently, so it's weird. I picked up Smash Ultimate. It was the first Smash game I picked up really like competitively. And then after that, when I stopped playing Smash Ultimate in March of 2020, because of COVID and such, I picked up Melee, and now I really love Melee. I love playing Melee all the time, Slippy online.
Well down.
I tried picking up Guilty Gear for a bit. It's fun. I play it casually from time to time on the side.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to Project L, Riot's new fighting game they got in the works. But aside from that, I've never really been big into fighting games. I've touched up on, Injustice, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, but I never felt like that grind for it like I have with literally every other genre. It's weird.
Okay.
Wow.
So what are your favorite consoles, like your top 3 favorite consoles of all time?
Not including PC, right?
Not leaving PC out.
Number one's got to be the Switch, just its versatility in the next gen, its uniqueness of titles that you're just not going to get anywhere else.
True.
Second, gotta say the 3DS actually. I feel like the 3DS
Really?
also, or like the DS line in general, kind of just has this also uniqueness. Nintendo, what
that
they're
is
known
true.
for. It's just something that you're not going to get anywhere else on PlayStation, Xbox, or even PC to an extent.
Yeah.
But then third, probably my PS4. Got a lot of good memories on there, despite it, not having the most console exclusives or special things. I do have a lot of good memories, like Fallout example.
Right.
Played most of the Fallouts and very addicting.
Right. Now you did mention earlier for when it comes to your FPSs, your favorite one was Valorant and whatnot. Explain Valorant because I don't know nothing about Valorant other than it's just like a hero-based shooter, similar to Overwatch, and it's like Overwatch and CS:GO
That's what I was
just
about to say.
came together or whatnot. So explain Valorant to someone that has like no clue to what that game is.
Okay, so Valorant is a tactical first-person shooter based around this sort of hero gameplay, like you mentioned. I feel like it leans more towards Counter-Strike. So basically, the point of a tactical FPS, it's a search and destroy kind of thing where you have, the defending team, the attacking team. Attacking team's objective is to go ahead and, plant the spike, bomb, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then defenders obviously either want to prevent that, or if it does happen, they want to defuse it. So it's kind of just this little back and forth, kind of like a game of chess. Everyone has their own piece and part to play, and they just have to kind of join together, make sure they get their either defense solid, hold it down, nice, or make sure that, they got their attack on lock. It's really fun, and it's very advanced. There's a lot that goes into it in the meta and such.
I've seen some of the voice chat interactions, and I find it so hilarious. I mean, it's like any other game.
That's any game with a voice chat, yeah.
There's just no limit on what you can say.
It could be extremely positive and wholesome, or it could be extremely derogatory and violent.
Oh man, it's good. It's good to hear that your extensive gaming history, the games that you've played, and whatnot, and you're still continuing the game. Like I remember, I think I saw one of your streams where you were playing Pokemon Unite. You wanna touch up on that one?
Sure. So for a while, for the first, I want to say 2 or 3 months of the game's lifespan, Pokemon Unite, I was a constant top 100, top 200 range player.
Wow.
Mostly solo maining Crustle, but I also was filling and playing on several teams with my friends. I did kind of burn out of that game. I actually haven't played since October.
Wow.
When that Season 2 update came out. But I was playing that every day, streaming every day, at least like 6-7 hours a day. Like I was grinding Unite, placing well in tourneys, making money. It was a really fun time. And like I said before, it's kind of something I do where a new genre, a new game comes out. I I get on that train, I make my way to the top, and then I kind of just sizzle out, and I'm like, okay, that was fun. I could say I hit the top rank and kind of move on.
Yeah, you kind of retired and be like, all right, I did my part. I'll take my leave.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's fun just as a spectator watching how the meta has evolved since I've left, how players have gotten better, gotten worse, and such. And I know so much about the game from my short time in it. It's just fun to look back on, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I got into Pokemon Unite when the game first came out, and I was just playing it or whatnot because I knew nothing of MOBAs then, and I was just like League of Legends,
I played one day.
Dota, League of Legends, Dota 2. I'm just like, yeah, no. Like I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But Pokemon Unite comes very basic, very simple, straight to the point, and I was like, okay, I can get with this, and I'm playing it. I'm having a good time. I think I would say my main was I forgot it. I forgot this Pokemon's name, but it's an electric Pokemon.
Zorora.
Yeah, I was using him a lot and just spanking people.
He was pretty broken on launch. He was really good.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was using him, because at first I was using Charizard and I was like, okay, I'm getting my ass beat. So let me use this Pokemon right here, and I was just like, yeah, I'm sticking to this one.
Yeah. Yeah, tanks weren't too solid at the beginning because, you know, they had that whole held item and like pay to win at the very beginning where, you know, you needed to pay to get these defensive stats.
Yeah.
And, you know, most people weren't obviously going to pay. So attacking Pokemon were just much better because they shred through everything like paper.
Yeah, literally.
And also people didn't know the mechanics of the game. They didn't know, you know, how to position themselves well. So characters like Zorora, Talonflame, any kind of burst character, you just roll over entire teams because no one had any idea. Oh, Gengar was the biggest hate crime known to man.
Really? How bad was it?
You press ZR to Hex, and then, you know, you just mash the R button. He'd teleport, invincible teleport, infinite damage, just crazy. But then people learned, you know, oh, if we chain our CC well, that character's useless. If we build these tank stats, the character's useless. And the meta shifted over the course of the first couple months. But yeah, that first month, Zorora,
Yeah,
definitely crazy.
Yeah, it was a good time. That's all I can say. It was a good time. Yeah. I want to get back into it. I'm pretty sure a lot has changed if I were to try to get back into it now.
For sure.
But you know, it's a fun game. I highly recommend people that are not into MOBAs, and if you got a Switch, try out Pokemon Unite.
It's also on mobile and it's free to play.
Oh, I did not know about mobile, but yeah, it is free to play. So download it, try it out.
Yeah,
it's not gonna hurt you. All right, so
it's the emotional damage that might.
It's no League or Dota in terms of emotional damage, but there are some tilters in there for sure.
Definitely. Oh God.
All right, our next topic. What got you into Smash?
So Smash specifically, I always had like a general interest in Smash. I never really played it, but you know, it was that game. You go to your friend's house, you know, everyone had a Wii, or you know, a Wii U for Smash 4 and things like that. So this is a game that every couple months, you know, I hang out. Oh, Smash! I love that game. You know, it's so cool and stuff. It was always very casual to me, but I still love the series, keeping up with the news, the leaks, the hype around the you know, new releases and stuff.
Oh yeah, like the next character.
It wasn't until Ultimate that I really got into the game. What actually got me into competing was I used to work at Starbucks with Lizard King. Yeah, he was a shift manager there. I was a barista trainer, and you know, he was telling me all about the Smash community and these tournaments and stuff versus Gaming Center. And he's like, you know, we got to go sometime because, you know, you could learn. It's fun. You know, I competed for years and such. And I'm like, you know, I'll give it a shot, whatever. First versus I went to, I got absolutely whooped. I picked, it was Cloud. I was playing Cloud at first because, you know, Final Fantasy VII, he's sick.
Yeah.
I got absolutely whooped 102. And I'm like, okay, I could definitely do better because, you know, the people I lost to, I'm like, they're mashing. They're mashing. They're free. They're free. So over the course of a couple months, you know, I'd play with Lizard King all the time in his place. We'd grind the game out. Eventually, I stuck to Bowser. That was my main. And from there, yeah, we just went every week to Versus, visited, you know, Tate's on Fridays, Gypsy Moon on Tuesdays, kind of all around. Started bringing me, it brought me to CEO 2019, the year after Ultimate came out. And I just fell in love with it. It was such a cool community, cool game to play. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
That's good to hear.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What were some of your greatest moments playing Smash when you got into Smash, especially with Smash Ultimate? What were some of your greatest moments that you were there to like witness and see?
Let's see, greatest moments. I mean, versus being versus,
Yeah.
the amount of upsets you see on a daily week, the amount of Titans you see on a week-to-week basis playing each other, the hype in that room of everyone, in the main room watching that projector up there and kind of just cheering them on, screaming. Specifically, one that comes to mind, Nerdy Gamer 100 versus Mutace. The day Byleth came out, 2-0'd Mutace. Crazy. Little Mac, Little Mac against Mutace went Byleth game 1, and then he went, I believe it was Peach game 2. Yeah, Peach game 2. Two-stocked him on the Peach.
Oof.
And it was, the crowd was insane. He was jumping around, everyone cheering him on and stuff.
God.
Just moments like that week to week that really made it special and cool.
Oh man, that is great to hear. Like I remember, I forgot who it was that I think a couple of podcasts ago, I would say that one of the things I would like to do is get the people who were at Versus when it, when Versus was alive and thriving, like tell us like their stories, their experiences of it or whatnot, so that way people who never who never knew about Versus, they can at least know from the people that were there during the time when it was open and alive. And I was like, sooner or later, I'm gonna get some of the people to come in and just talk about it and whatnot, because I know there are some people within the community that are, I would say, like the old timers.
Yeah.
Like eventually, I'm gonna get Purple Guy here. Eventually, I'm gonna get Lizard King here.
For sure.
Balboa here. I'm gonna get them here and get their side of the story of Versus or whatnot, so that way the story could be told.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Even like pre-Smash, I actually knew a Versus from, I think it was like 2016, 2015 the first time I went. I used to go all the time for LAN events, for League of Legends, for Counter-Strike. I used to go all the time for, I think it was like either my 16th or 17th birthday. I think I actually went to Versus to just play Counter-Strike with me and 4 of my buddies till like 2 a.m. or something like that.
What?
It was such a good time. And then, it's so weird that 3 years later after that, I find out, oh, Smash tournaments, that's a thing. Okay, cool. It's like, oh, they're held at Versus. I'm like, oh, I know Versus. I used to go there all the time for PC, not for, Smash.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
And then lo and behold, it's like it became like literally the main game for Versus. And all, like, I would even during those Saturday nights and getting to know the players, they would tell they'll tell me their stories of when they went to Versus or whatnot, the crazy stuff that they did. I remember someone told me that there was at one point when Dominator was there, and I think he won a match, and someone said that he ran outside or whatnot, like he popped off and just like ran outside. I was like, wait, what?
That sounds about right.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, there's like so many. It was DGK. Now I remember who like telling me just all the stuff that happened at our Versus when it was DGK. And I was like, eventually I'm gonna get more of the people who used to go to Versus, who was there when it was thriving, get them here, tell us the story.
Dude, I would love to hear stories because I've never been to Versus, and hearing all these little stories and wild things to the FGC community just throws me off completely.
Yeah,
It's like the prequel of meeting everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, this whole community just brewing under your nose and you don't even know it.
No idea.
Yeah, because funny enough, like Versus is literally like 2 minutes away from me, and I never knew it. I didn't know about it, and then when I did know about it, I was working armed security, and I was always working overnight shifts. I was like, I could have never attended Versus, and I know that they had like tournaments for other fighters, and I was like, I wish I could go, but it's just work got in the way. And then when I ended up getting my new job, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna attend Versus, at least. I think I went there maybe like 4 or 5 times, and that was that. Like I didn't know the Smash community then, but I just like checking out the place, seeing what it was about, and just playing a couple of games with a couple of people, and then I'll just up and leave.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, I wish I was there during the
The
good
high.
days, the high days. Yeah.
Man, I wish I had friends around that time that were from South Florida.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But at least we're here.
For sure.
Oh yeah. So, all right, moving on to our next topic, and it is what got you into being a tournament organizer and your experience with it.
Yeah, so I started tournament organizing officially in South Florida March 2020 with Rex Barrett 1. That was mostly organized by Lizard King and Raz. He was also South Florida Joker. He's moved since then, but it was kind of Raz was working at Rex Baron, which had just opened 2 months prior, I believe. He went ahead and told Lizard King, he's like, hey, you know, I'm working in this VR section, it's kind of spacey, you should check it out, maybe try running something here. Because prior to that, I'd run tournaments at Lizard King's house. We called them Grant's House tournaments. We ran like maybe 5 of them or something. You know, it always had like 7 to 10 entrants.
Cool, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was just us and our friends, you know. It'd be me and Lizard King first and second seeds, and then, you know, the rest of our friends random seeded. We'd go in grands every week, you know, tough it out at his house.
God,
Well,
that sounds like a lit house.
yeah, while everyone's cheering while we're playing on this giant laggy ass monitor. You know?
Dude, that's what makes it more authentic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, you know, we had experience running that, so he kind of told me and Lizard King, you know, hey, try running something here. And we're like, okay, you know, we could try it once, see if anyone polls. You know, we weren't really expecting much. And first tourney, 71 people, I think, showed up.
Good lord.
I'm sorry, 71?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very first tourney.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then COVID happened the week after, so that was great. But, yeah, that's what got me into it. And then, obviously, over the last 2 years, I've been running Rex, gone ahead and traveled and run events under CACT, Cyrus. Other TOs have also invited me, like Jeff the Hero, you know, for example, helping run the game room at Hallmat 2021, running Run at Rumble, things of that nature, con events now. Now I'm tying in with Gamers Heaven, going to be running events with them. Plans with Flynn's, I'll be running a Flynn's 2 Saturdays from now on February 5th, and also running the Arcadian end of February. So yeah, I got all these ties, even got plans for South Florida besides Gamers Heaven. Got some big news for the end of the year, can't announce yet. But, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming up, and that's kind of where I came from and where I am now.
Yeah, you're going to be busy. I'm looking forward to seeing what you
Yeah,
got. What
2 short years. Hasn't even been 2 years since the first tournament. It's kind of crazy.
Holy.
Yeah. Like, it's like being a TO is like the ride that you go on and the experience is just like, you're going to have some days where you're just like, you want to claw your eyes or you're just like, oh my God. Like, I know like the nights that I just have my moments and I'm just like, bruh.
I can just see it in your face.
I'm like,
Or whenever you type something.
I'm like, if I'm taking it back, I already know you've already went to it or worse, and you're just like, bruh.
For sure, but we do it for the community. You know,
Absolutely.
they believe in us, we believe in them, and that's why we do what we do.
Oh yeah, and I think later we'll talk about our pet peeves because I know you got some pet peeves, I got some pet peeves, and especially as tournament organizers, because some people think being a tournament organizer is an easy thing, and it's just like no, it's not.
Being
easy.
a bracket runner is an easy thing. You know,
Yeah.
anyone can run a bracket, but a tournament organizer is more than just the bracket. It's the whole event itself.
Yeah.
And everything around it that could possibly go wrong is your responsibility, and it's so much more than that.
Yeah. So,
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I definitely love to hear this.
Yeah.
and one thing I would tell anyone that if you're looking to being a tournament organizer, just know that do not get into it trying to make money.
No.
Don't, because-
Not by any means.
Because you're gonna go a long time not making nothing for yourself. Because you'll be spending majority of your time building up the community, building up the experience for your players, so that way they can always keep coming back, and then of course you improve, and you're not gonna take nothing.
No.
you're not gonna take nothing home.
I'm so far in the negative, you don't even know. Again, it's a sacrifice you're willing to make.
I've been watching you guys. I understand.
All right, so our next topic is, this is an interesting one. Microsoft buying Activision. What were y'all thoughts when y'all saw that? I know when that news broke on Twitter, I was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
You want to start out?
I saw it on Instagram. I'm surprised. Microsoft is just flexing right now. Honestly, I'm not sure what they're going to be using with it logically, because Microsoft already bought Bethesda. I'm not sure what they're going to be pulling out under their sleeve, because it could be a new Overwatch. It could be some kind of blend with. Wow, I'm trying to lose my train of thoughts. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with Activision, but I'm wondering if they're going to lay off some of the people.
Oh yeah, because of the controversy that happened with Activision. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. They're going to completely reform Activision so that way they can rebrand them as, hey, now that they're under us, it's gonna be a new Activision because now they're under Microsoft now, and one of the things that got me thinking was like the games, because now I have a feeling like maybe like the next Call of Duty is gonna be exclusive. Most likely it'll be on Xbox Game Pass. Like Microsoft is like pushing Game Pass more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're extremely pushing it. And I have a feeling now that they got Activision, which is a really big company, because you have World of Warcraft, which is a big community. You have the Call of Duty series. You also have
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
You can bring Phil Spencer's actually a big StarCraft fan. I
you
know
also
he's
have
in talks
Warcraft,
about
too.
bringing it back to life.
Who?
You have to have World Warcraft as well, because there are some games from them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like they got a lot under their umbrella. Now you got two of the biggest companies, Bethesda and now Activision. It's like, damn.
They're putting all guns. They're not holding back for Sony.
Yeah.
Oh no. I would say if I were Sony and I was like, if I'm gonna go after companies and whatnot, I'd get Capcom.
Honestly.
I would get Capcom, and then possibly, I know Bandai Namco's a publisher, but
You never know.
It's a possibility.
like go after the fighting game community, because most people when they play fighting games, it's usually on the PlayStation. So it's just
Yeah,
like
I've learned that the hard way.
you might as well just start getting them under your umbrella if Microsoft is going to play that way. So
Yeah. I know Phil Spencer's done a lot of conference, calls and interviews since, this announcement of acquiring Activision and stuff. And for the most part, I think from what he's explained, at least, actions go further than words, but all we have is words for now.
yeah,
His plans are to bring back a lot of dead series from Activision that maybe dropped off, maybe that aren't as popular. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff, under the belt, like Crash, Bandicoot, Spyro. That all belongs to Activision, technically. So
Yeah.
things that could be revived. As far as like COD goes, I know he said
Yeah.
that they have no plans to make it Xbox exclusive. It still will be on PlayStation and such, but we'll see. The plans to actually buy them out isn't until June of 2023. So, we're still more than a year and a half out from any actual change happening. But
Right.
it is going to be interesting to see once they actually do acquire it, assuming everything goes well, what direction they actually decide to take things.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely revive some things like Guitar Hero or
Guitar Hero also owned by Activision as
Yeah.
well.
Hero, Phantasma, Time Shift. Any small little niche game, it's definitely going to pick up on the Game Pass.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Kudos to them.
yeah. Because I was like, whoa, things just got interesting for the gaming industry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I woke up and I just saw it on like the Twitter headlines or whatever, and I'm like, wait, what? And then I like clicked on it. It's like $68 billion. We're doing that? Okay.
This is definitely a console war I'm here for.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, Xbox stuff, that's also a win for PC users because anything that's playable on Xbox is playable on PC through the Windows Store. So
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm not worried.
I'm not complaining. If it's cheaper because, some things I was paying $60 for get thrown on that Game Pass, I'm not complaining. Not by any means.
Oh no.
Glad I still have my one.
All right, next topic: gaming pet peeves. Before we get to the TO ones, we'll just get with the gaming ones. So we'll start off with Waluigi saying what you
Dear
go
God,
around.
I've said so many. I'm actually blank this time.
Really?
Yeah, I might have to go next. Or
Okay,
last.
sure. So number one for me in gaming is definitely toxicity. Having this like clouded mindset of, I'm the best or you're worse, however you want to phrase it, it just ruins team games for me, which is weird again because, I'm not too big on fighting games. I mostly only play team games. So I'm used to seeing it all the time, but that tilts me more than anything else. It's just a toxic player that refuses to let the team just flow. They want to be a wall. They want to make people go their path instead of just letting it go along. And that is definitely my number one. Just absolute tilter is a toxic player who refuses to just stop talking and play the game,
Sounds like an Overwatch experience.
Valorant, CSGO, any game, even League. The League doesn't even have voice chat, and people just sit there at the base and go type and type and type. And it's like,
Bruh.
what is the point? You don't gain anything. At best, you kick a player out and you make yourself happy because you're toxic and this big guy, and then at worst you just lose the game. So it's like, what was the point of being toxic? It's never going to be a positive.
Yeah.
Oh, not at all.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So my gaming pet peeve is Battlefield 2042.
The game.
Yeah, the entire game because
I dodged a bullet by not pre-ordering it.
because I'm a huge Battlefield fan. I've been playing since Battlefield 1943 because that was the first time I got into Battlefield, and then I fell in love with the series with Bad Company 2, and then Battlefield 3, and then 4. And now, playing 2042, like I played all the Battlefields, like right after 1943, I played all of them. And the best ones, top 3 right off my head, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Played them all, even 1, and that abysmal dumpster fire at 5. And now it's 2042. 2042 is just garbage to me now because it's like all the features that they had in previous Battlefields, it's like it's not there in 2042. Like you would think like you would you're like EA DICE, they're coming out with Battlefield. Yes, like I see the trailers, I'm hyped, I'm excited for it because now they're going in more modern setting but a little bit futuristic. And I'm like, cool, I'm down with that. And it's no more of this World War I, World War II kind of crap or whatnot because it's fun, but it gets stale really, really quick. So, like, I wish those were just expansions rather than just full-fledged games. But with 2042, I played it like hours of it, like hours, and I'm just like, this isn't it. This isn't it. Like, this does not feel like the Battlefield games.
Battlefield that you know.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, bro, one of the game modes that they have, which is Rush, and that was usually a main game, like one of the main games in Battlefield, and it's a limited time game mode. I was like,
A rotating game mode. Ugh.
yeah, and I'm just like, this was one of your like. There's Conquest, which is the famous one, and then the second best one was Rush, and they made Rush a limited time game mode. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious right now?
What?
Oh, we're gonna bring it back, and I'm just like,
Oh, Jesus.
no. Granted, they have Battlefield Portal. Okay, cool. You can play Battlefield, Bad Company 2, setting, game mode, whatnot. They also have the maps. Cool. You have Battlefield 3. Cool. But the thing that broke the immersion for me, because the thing that broke me from that game completely was when I was playing some of the Battlefield Bad Company 2 maps, and I'm shooting a rocket at one of the walls, and it doesn't get destroyed, and I'm just like,
Now
like
this feels
I
Call of
literally,
Duty
like,
right now.
I shit you not, I literally put my controller down, and I'm just like, in Bad Company 2, this wall would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
2042, this wall doesn't go. I'm done.
That's how I felt playing Halo Infinite, where rocket launchers point blank won't kill, but if a rocket launcher hit next to you, it'll kill. So the direct hit of a rocket launcher, you will live, but if it lands right next to you, you die. And I'm like, who tested this? How do you let that slip? And it's been a thing for like months, and they just don't fix it. I'm just like, what?
That's hilarious.
I'm just like, bro. I'm like, I understand y'all brought back Bad Company 2 maps or whatnot, and try to bring back that that feel for it, but it's like, this is not it. Why is it that every Battlefield game, the destruction is just less and less and less? It's like when they were trying to compete against Call of Duty because they were a niche game or whatnot, you had all of the stuff, like the destruction was on point. But now, fast forward now, just like, oh, now instead of trying to compete with Call of Duty, we're gonna try to do the same thing and sell skins. And I'm just like,
Pain. Oh, pain.
because Call of Duty was successful with theirs, selling skins to the players or whatnot. Battlefield, DICE, EA, whatever wants to do the same thing, and I'm just like, no. You should have just, instead of trying to be like another Call of Duty or copy what they're doing, it was always your best interest for yourselves and the community to always stand out.
Yeah,
like
just be
you're
unique.
Yeah, be the different experience, not trying to be the same thing like everybody else is trying to do.
It'll never replace COD. That's just unrealistic.
Like, no. And the amount of weapons, like I remember I downloaded Battlefield 4 without the DLC, and I started counting all the weapons that they had in the game, and I compared it to 2042. I was just like, we paid more money for less shit. Battlefield 4 gave us so much more right out the gate. Granted, yeah, the game was a broken mess, like glitches, bugs, rubber band netcode and whatnot. Like, we had all that, but we still played the damn game because it was Battlefield. Like, we're crackheads at it. But 2042, you have less of it. Does it run better now? Yeah, because Battlefield 4 took a while to, be completely fixed, but 2042 is just like, y'all have less shit now. It's nothing but vehicle spam, like out the ass.
Jeez.
You have these super big ass maps, and I'm playing on the PS5, so 128 players. I don't see them.
Where are they?
I don't see them. What happened to the close quarters maps where there's no vehicles? Like, give me that shit. Like, that's not there. And now, when it comes to DLC, it's, we got to wait till March. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm checking out. Fuck this game.
Yeah.
I'll go back to playing Apex.
Rip.
You big into battle royales?
Fortnite, no. PUBG, no.
Don't you dare not forget about your Apex Legends spree.
But
Don't you dare.
I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. But like, and then when Call of Duty on Black Ops 4, when they had theirs and I played it, it was fun. It was good. And then I just completely fell out with it. And then out of nowhere, this game Apex Legends come out, similar to Titanfall 2 or somewhere in connected to that universe. Sure. So I play it and I was just like, I love it. It was very simple, it was a very unique game, and it's funny how games like Fortnite and now Call of Duty Warzone, copied or took some notes from Apex, and now they implemented it in their game. Like one of the biggest ones were you could revive someone and bring them back. If they die, you could bring them back. So Apex was the first one to do that. And then, of course, there was the pinging system. Like, if there's, like, an item on the ground, you ping it so that way your teammates know that, okay, this person has this, that, and whatnot. Sure. And now you start seeing Fortnite doing the same thing. Now you start seeing Call of Duty Warzone doing the same thing because Apex was the first ones to do it.
Innovative, yeah.
And it worked. And I was just like, yeah, I'm hooked to this game. And so hooked that I've been playing since season 0, like when the game first came out. And I think we're, season 11?
Yes.
Nice.
And I have dropped, I would say, money-wise, I've dropped over almost $500 or more.
He's absolutely correct. I watched his own PlayStation and his skins. He's not
all my characters have exotic skins. Every character, even the ones that
you don't play.
Even the ones that I don't play, like, they all got exotic skins. Like, if you ask me my mains, like, yes. I main Mirage, Revenant, and now what's that?
Revenants?
No, the new character, like Ash. Oh. Like, those are my 3 because I like to. I'm that person that likes to push. Like, if I see an opportunity, like, I'm pushing. I'll be that one guy to push, or I'll just be like, you know what? Let's not push. Let's just hang back or whatnot. And if I'm not streaming a game, I'm like hella toxic because I'll be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you pushing? Like, I'll turn my mic on and be like, bro, why did you push? Like, this team is being third party and whatnot. Now we're trying to jump in, and now all of a sudden they're turning their sights on us and killing us. And I'm just like, why do I got to work with dumbasses?
You queue with a squad, or you just solo and pray for randoms?
Pray for randoms.
Oh, you're sick. Sick in the head.
Bro, I still can't forget the one time we played together Apex. We won our first match.
Yeah. Though I was carrying Waluigi, but we're not going to talk about that.
And the fact that I was still alive and won the game.
Like to me, that's how I felt. That's how I ended up getting good at Apex, was just that you have to carry the team. Yeah. Like, because if the team is garbage and just like, nah, y'all got to follow me. Like,
I'm the healer. I have to save everyone's ass.
Like, when it's like down to like the last the last 3 squads or whatnot, I'll be like, all right, let's have the other 2 squads fight each other. When they're done, fuck them up. And you'll have teammates that'll just be like, oh, we're just gonna go ahead and just third party. I'm like, this is not the plan, but you know what? Fuck it. And then once one of them go down, it's like, now we got to go come and save your ass. And Apex, I'm hella toxic, but I think after this season, before 12 comes out, I'm done.
No. Okay.
I have to check out because I have a very toxic relationship with that game. I love it.
Yes, you do.
I'm not the best at it.
That's fair.
I'm basic as hell because I go for cheesy shit. So that's just what I do. Like I'm that guy that spams nades, spams the ultimate, and gets all the power weapons and whatnot. Like that's
Just relying on abilities and stuff.
Yeah, and just look for a vantage point and be like, I'm just gonna camp right here, wait for them to come, and just completely catch them off guard, fuck them up. That's my strategy. It's worked for me, and yeah. But I know I went on a long tangent for my gaming pet peeves, but back to Battlefield. Yeah, Battlefield. I'm done with that game. That game is trash. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Let them know.
That game is dog shit trash. If you go and hold on, I'm gonna put the camera on me. Go ahead and download Battlefield 4, play it for 3 hours, and then go play on Battlefield 2042. You will know exactly what I mean. That shit is trash. It's garbage. They gave us a game with less shit, more bullshit compared to Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is still more populated than fucking Battlefield 2042. Hell, you even have people playing Battlefield 5, and that shit was trash.
Watch us get blocked by DICE. Did they ever pick this up?
Bro, like, nah, man, like, I got bamboozled. Like, I bought into the hype, so I feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I dropped $70 for this fucking game, have both versions, the PS4 and PS5. It's dog shit. Fuck that game.
Okay, I think I'm ready for my pet peeve.
All right, go for it.
So realistically, I've been seeing this huge trend recently. Anime and gaming. I fucking hate how they do anime skins in video games. Like, did you see it? Please tell me you saw Call of Duty Vanguard's Attack on Titan crossover.
Yes, I saw that. I was just like,
I was pissed.
like this is supposed to be Levi. I'm just like,
Bruh.
what?
So if you want to look it up, Arrow, you can check it out. But
No, I gotta show him this shit.
like,
I'm gonna pull it up.
you've seen Attack on Titan before, haven't
No, I've not watched anime.
I am so sorry for you.
Wait, what?
Actually, no, I shouldn't feel sorry for you. You've been blessed. You're one of the few percent of weebs.
You know, he's right because I'm like extremely down bad. So
I mean, I'm just becoming a degenerate myself. But anyway, so as Silverback's looking this up, I've been seeing a lot of like crossovers of anime and such when they can't fix their own fucking game. The only one that's acceptable seems to be Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie, Fortnite pulled it off of Naruto's like collaboration.
Yeah, they have a lot of collabs. It's like every month they got a new game, TV show, movie,
Yeah.
something featured
They're like
in their
the
game.
Smash of Battle Royale.
For real. Or shooters in general, actually.
Yeah. Man, I noticed. I just saw this morning, but PUBG and Jujutsu Kaisen has a crossover now, or a collaboration. So Jujutsu Kaisen's another anime. It's like Naruto, but not Naruto. And they just have their emotes like of certain characters.
Sure.
The game has been so broken.
I mean, yeah, I don't see anyone playing
Oh God, you're about to be
PUBG anymore.
traumatized. You're about to be traumatized. Poor Arrow's gonna get traumatized this early in the morning.
I've not played. Oh, that looks so out of place.
Like, bro, that ain't Levi. That's leave. That's gone.
that shit. When I saw that, I was like, bro, what? And I was just saying, like, if you're gonna do like anime collaborations with any other shooter, just keep it to Fortnite, because at least they got it right.
Realistically, like PUBG just got the emotes, which is okay. Then you have certain anime references, which is even fine. But like, if you just have straight up skins that you can't even master, it looks like the guy didn't even watch Attack on Titan. The only thing they had right were the emblems. At least the execution for Levi looked clean.
I think the issue is that with something like Fortnite, since it's animated, it's really easy to like make people's likeness if it's like a real person, or if it's like, you know, anime, cartoon, video game, whatever it is. You know, you can kind of just port the model in, edit it a bit to fit with the dimensions, and then you're good. Where something like Call of Duty, you know, it's supposed to be super realistic, and you know, you're in the Pacific War, and then you put, like you said, an anime character, it just looks very out of place. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to go to the real world
out of
from
place.
something like that.
Yeah.
They just shouldn't try.
I'd probably just uninstall the game and ask for a refund if I get no scope by Levi.
And I'm sure it's the same thing in PUBG, like you were saying. There was issues with that other thing.
Yeah, the game is broken itself. Silver, have you ever played PUBG?
No.
Good. Because practically, if you shoot straight, you're probably shooting like 45 degrees to the right. It's like Stormtrooper aim.
Built in.
Bro.
The game was so broken when I last played it. I played the beta, and then I played the actual game.
Bro.
I need compensation.
For your time.
Shit. I should have requested a refund for Battlefield 2042, but it's too late for me, so
Yeah.
I just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, we can just talk shit until EA notices us.
Yeah. Game's dog shit. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Yeah. Then, I mean, there's certain homages to what you can do with anime, like how Rafe did the Naruto run for a while until they got rid of it.
Yeah, that was so fucking stupid. What
It
they
was
did.
really stupid. You could have fixed the servers. You could at least repair Titanfall, but fixing the run was more important.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime and gaming does not go 1-on-1 for certain games.
Yeah.
Definitely not Call of fucking Duty.
No. No.
Microsoft, please fix that shit.
Yeah.
That is my pet peeve of the week.
All right. Our most interesting topic. Pet peeves as a tournament organizer, so I'm going to let Aerodusk take the floor with this one.
Okay, so number one, definitely players who sign up and then either DQ and don't tell you they're going to DQ.
What?
Or players that sign up and are going to be late and they don't tell you, so you DQ them and then they show up like, what do you mean you didn't, I signed up. It's like, and? Like, pre-registration is a privilege. We do it to make it easier for you so that you can just do it, forget it. If you're going to be a little late, just message us. It's not a big deal, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, if you plan on, let's say you're going to Flynn's and you're just going to be across the street a couple minutes before, you pre-register so that we know of your presence. That does not mean you're guaranteed a spot or that, we're going to hold your match. He signed up, we can wait 2 hours for his round one. It's okay. Like,
No.
What?
Communicate,
Yeah.
Human beings, let us know what's going on. That's definitely number one. People who they just sign up and are like, I signed up, I've done my part. And then if they're not going to show up, they're just like, whatever, it's not a big deal,
What?
The worst.
Yeah.
Absolute
It
worst.
feels like it's a waste of a bracket.
Yeah, at least it's a waste of a bracket spot. And when it's in a lower end player, it's like it's annoying, but it kind of is what it is. When it's a higher level player, then you end up with like this side of the bracket has 3 good players. This side of the bracket has 1 because the other person DQ'd, and now it's just like these guys are fighting for their lives trying to get the winners final, and this guy's like, I'm cruising my way up here.
It looks like a legit bloodbath.
Yeah, it's a bloodbath on one side, and the other side's like an absolute snooze fest. 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-0, just with the swiftness. Besides that, the questions. The questions.
Yes.
Wait, like, are we talking about stupid questions or?
Any question.
Yeah, I know where he's going with this.
99% of questions, you've either answered them in person a million times, on Discord a million times. They're on the Smash GG page in bold text, highlighted with fireworks surrounding them, and you'll still get those same questions every single week.
Jesus, that sounds like madness.
It is madness, and you answer it over and over, and sometimes it's even to the same person. You're like, really? You come to I know you're going to 3 South Florida tournaments a week, every week, bro. You ain't got this down. You can't figure it out. Pick up a clue. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at Silverback over here.
I'm just saying.
That is a look of calm rage.
I'm just saying, if the start time is at 7, it's always going to be at 7, unless otherwise.
Yeah, that's my favorite at Rex. It's like, oh, you guys usually start at 8, right? And I'm like, it's never started at 8. And they're like, oh, you changed it. It used to start at 8. And I'm like, since the first one, it has always started 6:45. It's never started at 8. And they're like, no, it definitely did. And I'm like, I've head TO'd this for 66 weeks. I think I know it's always started at 6:45.
Yeah.
People
the
trying to
dawn
tell
of
you don't
time.
know. Exactly. Yeah, people or players trying to correct you on stuff. And it's like, I've done this a million times. Believe me, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are some of yours?
Woo. And I know you'll agree with me on this one. Seating. Seating is my biggest pet peeve.
Expand on it. I'm curious.
Where you have to make sure your best players at the top, and then it goes from the best at the top, and then you're just
Your gatekeepers, and then your mid levels, your low levels,
yeah.
etc.
And oh my god, there'd be nights, and hell, it happened last night where some of them will say, well, I played this person at that venue yesterday night and whatnot. I don't want to play against them again.
What?
And I'm just like,
And you're trying to be nice to accommodate or just get it over with?
Yeah, but there's only so many ways you can move it because, you know, you obviously want to accommodate the players and like, oh, you played this person last night, sure. Oh, they're your carpool and you practice today, sure, I'll move them. But it gets to a point when you're meeting all these accommodations, you have to meet this balance of sacrifices because not necessarily overwhelming, but there are only so many top-level players you can move around. There are only so many mid-levels, low levels you can move around, and it gets to a point where, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, my entire right side of the bracket wants changes, where if I do that, then, you know, it just completely unbalances, and then I have all the top players here, all the low-level players there, and it is tricky, you know, a skill to learn.
yeah. And for like big nights at like Fighter Fest, for example, and, you know, shout out to Riku and Lizard King for helping me with the seating and whatnot, because I'm like going like this. I'm just like, oh my God, because people are like complaining to me about their seating. Why am I here? Why am I there? Why I should be higher than this person. This person should be lower than me. It's just
That
like,
sounds like suffering.
when you have 8 people surrounding you,
Oh, yeah,
looking
it
at
happens
the
at Rex.
seating.
It's even worse, actually, because at Rex, they would always go behind the counter, too. And so I have literally 2 people on each side yelling in my ears while I have, like, 5 people in front of me also screaming things. Some dude, like, 20 feet away is like, yo, you got my score, right? And I'm like, can y'all just make a line and calm down? You know what I'm saying?
Personal space is broken.
Yeah, no personal space. It's a TL.
Yeah.
It's definitely a 24/7 job. I'm sure Silverback can relate, but, you know, I'm getting DMs, messages every single day about whether it be a tournament, you know, administrative, behind the scenes, questions, whatever it is. You know, you're always getting messages. Being a TO is definitely a 24/7 job.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We got
It
a
is.
comment from Beefy. He's like, I feel like Smash players care way more about seeding than anyone else I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't even have. I do not even have this problem with Strive. I don't.
Yeah.
With Strive and all the other fighters, I do not have this problem with Smash. Good Lord. Which is why I put the TO desk is way over there. I have that laptop over there, so that way if I see like Lizard King or if I see Riku or even DGK or if you ever show up on a random Saturday night, just meet me back there and just help me with the seats, so that way I don't have so many people surrounding me like no. You're in front. Unless you're a TO, stay in the front. I just only want TOs in the back, so that way, because they know what I'm working with. And y'all have so many complaints. It's like, I can't please everybody, so it is the way it is. Like, when they complain about how come I'm like right here, right there, I'm like, ask Arrow.
Yeah, it's going to be great about the Arcadian, you know. I'll be running all the administrative stuff behind that.
I'm gonna make sure you are well prepared for that. I'm gonna make sure you're well prepared for that. So
For sure.
So that way they're not, bothering us about seating, because good Lord, like that is like my top priority pet peeve is just their complaints about seating or whatnot. And even last night when, I'm not gonna say the player's name, but saying that, can I not fight this person in bracket or whatnot? And like we had the conversation earlier before the podcast, like, listen, either you get good or get bad. So that way you don't fight this person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, you're PR. What do you want me to do? You're top 10 in South Florida. What do you want me to do? You see him here, you see the other PR players here, guess what? Y'all gonna end up fighting each other in top 8. What you want me to do? Get good or get bad?
Yeah. Play better, play worse. You will move if you play better consistently. You'll move if you play worse consistently. If you're the same every week, you're going to play the same people every week. That's just how it works.
Like, in 2020, when we had nothing but Dominator and Flash for like literally 8 weeks straight. That was it.
Yeah.
Because they were the top best at Flint. So it was like, you're always going to get them until Javi came in and broke that cycle.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, finally. Seating, that is like top priority complaint. My second complaint is, yes, the questions, especially when it comes to the start time. Like, people, I always advertise at 7 because I never put the bracket starts at this time because I want people to get used to getting here at 7.
That's why I always put 6:45. I want to start by 7:15 at the latest, which I always did. So that's why I said we start at 6:45, so that if someone shows up at like 7:30, there's no excuse. You had 45-minute buffer from the listed start time,
Yeah.
So you always want to put it earlier than you're intending to start.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I do, and then I'll say, all right, 7:45, we're gonna officially start the bracket. But if it gets hectic or I'm a little bit behind on seating, then I'll start at 8. But it's always, hey, when we're putting it out on social media, be here at 7. If you're gonna be late, you need to DM me, hit me up, so that way I'll be like, all right, I'll put you in. And yeah, your pet peeve about people signing up and DQing. I had that same issue as well when you first showed me how to use Smash GG, and I would have people sign up or whatnot, and they don't show up. I was like, okay, I think a way for us to mitigate that is put a paywall. Now, if you're gonna sign up, you're also paying to
So you're committed,
yeah. So that way, now I know that if you signed up, you paid, and most likely you'll be here. And if you don't want to do that, then you have to come in, pay, and then you'll be added. And if you're bringing a setup, you're going to message me because, and this also happened last night, because someone, I don't know who, but they took one of our switches,
Oh, goodness.
but we have one of theirs.
Nice.
The awkward exchange.
Yeah. So, which is the reason why, for those that see how the setups are for Smash, that one table from setup 1 to 6, I always want it to be just nothing but Flynn's. And then the other table, that's for people bringing in their setup, so that way you don't have stuff go missing, or at least stuff that belongs to the venue go missing.
Yeah.
But since I came in a little bit late last night, I came in a little bit late coming into the arcade, so I didn't get the switches set up, so people brought in their own switches and, put it in the dock, and then, just went and played. And when they were done and they were about to leave, then I would get one of our owns and put it in the dock, so that way I know that, okay, this is Flynn stuff. So that way, you don't have stuff go missing. But
Yeah, honestly, quick little pointer out, it's good to have some kind of tool, like an example. Like, I always keep a sticker on me. Don't mind a waifu of my choice, but it's always good to have something so it's your actual system or console, just like a future reference for safety.
yeah, but yeah, that was our solution for making sure that people don't DQ, or if I don't see them, or if it's a new person coming into the venue, they lose, and then they
leave after winners round 1, and you're like, okay,
all right,
weird one.
yeah, DQ, no problem. But I did have that problem starting out, and then when we did put a paywall for registering online, that's when it diminished. And going back into my other pet peeve, the second one, which is the questions, and especially the start time. Always advertise 7, but I always start the bracket around 7:45. But I put it out that way, so that way people get used to getting here at 7. And then I say, hey, registration closes at 7:30, meaning if you have not signed up online, because you have 2 opportunities to either sign up online or get here, or at least message me.
Sure.
You have 3 ways to get in bracket.
People message me all the time, like, yo, my Smash GG's not working, or, whatever the reason. It doesn't matter. I'm like, just message me. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, even at work, just let me know, and I'll just put you in. Easy.
Yeah.
Communication, people, and just know that the start time is always going to be the same unless you change it otherwise.
Yeah.
It's always going to be at 7 across the board. Same with Strive. Strive players, I love y'all. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't have this issue with y'all, because you already know what's up. Smash players, just it's not the majority. It's just a very, very
minority.
Yeah, the minority is just
You know who you are.
Yes.
Or not. One of us two.
So that's my second pet peeve, and I would say my last pet peeve is just be mindful of people's personal space. That's all. Be mindful. Don't try to I'm all about manners, saying excuse me or whatnot, and just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Because when I sit there at the desk and I'm watching everything or whatnot, just y'all be mindful. Don't leave trash, your water bottles or snacks or whatnot on the tables or whatnot. Pick up after yourself. Not that hard.
Yeah.
Not that hard. But yeah, those are my pet peeves as a TO.
Wow, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
That's just the surface level.
Yeah, that's the surface level. It gets deeper than that. Like when you've run a tournament for a long time and you're running 30, 40, 50 man tournaments and you're just like, you're gonna get some experiences or first time things. And here at Flynn's, we've made it apparent that hey, if you rage quit after a set whatnot and you lose, the moment you spike your controller in this venue, you're getting banned for 2 weeks. Right off the rap. I don't care if you're sponsored, don't care if you're affiliate, you're banned for 2 weeks. And for the most part, no one doesn't. Usually when they get mad, they'll just, go outside.
Yeah, go for a walk, whatever.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air and hydrate, please.
Yeah. And, the players here, they're very respectful for it. They respect the venue and, it happens. It's entertaining, but it happens.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it happens. Like, it's not the end of the world. You can learn from it, especially if you're playing on stream. You can get good, or you don't, just adapt. And it's, it is what it is.
And the cycle will never end.
Yeah. All right. Our next topic, and this is for Arrow. What gaming means to you?
What gaming means to me.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
It's a very subjective.
Yeah, it's like a very open question.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what first comes to mind when I think of gaming is like community for sure. It's always more than just what you see on the screen. Obviously, every game, even single player games, you always have your community, whether it be like a speedrunning community, tips and tricks, enjoyment. What did you think of this? Because games at the end of the day are works of art. And so the best part of gaming is always, whether it be multiplayer, single players, kind of seeing how your experience reflects and compares to other people's experiences. I think that's the coolest part about it. There's just so many ways to not only play, but to digest, per se, that information and, the experience you had.
I can definitely agree with that view.
Mm-hmm.
It's an art form. It's definitely an art form, and I can heavily agree upon that.
Yeah.
And with the communities in mind, it makes things even more beautiful to enjoy a game even more that you have people to talk about it with.
Exactly. And
Oh,
again, the different ways they talk about it. Some games, it's, a very try-hard mentality. What's the best way to crack this boss? What's the fastest way to get through this section? Do that. Break the game. Glitch this. Glitch that. And other games, it's just like, what's the best way to do that funny thing? Do the what's the best way to play Animal Crossing and do the stock market and get the most money? Or what's the best way to clip through walls in Mega Man 8? Whatever it is, it's just always a fun time.
Anybody remember Falco's down taunt forward smash? Hands off my.
Oh yeah,
I think that was the funniest thing I've seen on Smash TikTok. I'm on multiple variations of TikTok. Send help.
Yeah, seriously.
What about yourself, Silverback?
Gaming means to me is just, being able to connect with, other people who have like the same interests as you when it comes to gaming. I would say definitely for fighting games and, being able to experience CEO for the first time, and you're just in a room, you're in an area with people who have the same interests as you. Mm-hmm. You don't know them, you don't know their background, but you're here because of gaming. Mm-hmm. And it's just a great and wonderful experience. The communities that you can grow and build and be a part of, it's literally the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. Whether you're streaming, whether you're going out in public or to locals to meet with people, game with them and whatnot. I'm pretty sure you've had it here yourself. Not here, but at Rex, where you'll have people just playing friendlies all the way up until closing time.
Sure.
Just yo. guys, we got to go.
Get that
Every time.
Yeah, it happens here at Flint's too. Like they'll sit there and just play all day, and it's a great thing to see because you don't see that a lot. I'm sure for us growing up, you're always going to your buddy's house and you're just gaming for hours and hours on end, and I don't even keep track of the score or whatnot. You'll talk shit like everybody does, but it's just the fact that you're enjoying yourself, you're engaging with people, you're interacting with them, you're building connections with them, and gaming overall is just a great thing. And people don't realize that. Like you go to a major or even a region or even a local tournament event and interact with the community there and just see where it takes you.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Major experience is, the best you can get, really. Local, not everyone has it as good as us per se. SFL, we have a really good fighting game community in general.
Yeah.
Specifically Smash Ultimate, obviously, where everyone's pretty friendly, open, challenging competition-wise and such. In some places, don't have that. They don't have a thriving community and stuff. And it's cool that we do have these majors and stuff where people can travel to and get a taste of it, kind of bring it back home, maybe even inspire them to run events themselves or try to organize something at like a friend's house.
Yeah.
And there's always someone willing to teach you.
Yeah.
For example, myself, like, anyone ever wants to learn how to TL can always send me a DM, message me and such. And other communities, I'm sure if you look hard enough, there is a community figure there that is willing to give you those next steps.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, like I ended up getting a lot better at TOing by learning from Aerodusk. And
Senpai having a senpai.
literally, and funny enough, like I'm like more than 10 years older than Aerodusk, and I'm learning from him because he's good at what he does. Like he taught me and showed me how to use Smash GG when I was using Challenge, which was very basic and easy for people to use, but once you get to Smash GG and you're just like trying to learn, trying to learn yourself, you're just like, what the fuck?
But once you get it down, you can't go back.
Yeah, like
my brain exploded when you were teaching me Smash GG at Otaku Fest.
Yeah.
There's just so much more on the tournament organizer back end that makes it easier for them, and also the player experience is better for like viewing the brackets, pulling everything up, getting data information from it.
Oh,
yeah,
it's good.
definitely.
It definitely looks good when you're running brackets in Smash GG.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's what it's all about. Like just community, the people there that are willing to help you out and whatnot, and they grow, you grow, everyone grows, everyone wins, and have a thriving community. And and that's what what I want to see for South Florida is that we have a strong, thriving, and growing fighting game community, and all the TOs and all the people within it. We're also very inviting and welcoming, so that way more people can get into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my definition of gaming has always changed, and it's expanded upon as a therapy because I never really had many friends. I can say at the age of 23, I'm 25, and I've developed a lot more friendships than I have growing up with just explaining gaming, especially meeting Silverback. Like, upon that, I was able to socialize and develop a construct out of that.
Sure.
Like, no one would believe I was antisocial until that happened. And growing communities like the FGC have definitely opened my eyes. Like, CEO, just meeting people that usually play, like, Grand Blue. I never played the game, and they were explaining it to me. And that was one of the coolest experiences. Then I ended up joining FGC Island. I'm, like, one of their members now. And just meeting more people to go over fighting games and such, and just general socialization.
Yeah.
Yeah, because interacting with people is the one thing I enjoy about gaming, regardless of competition.
Yeah.
And it definitely put a meaning into me because I only had like few friends from Utah, TS Cosplay, Lazy Pool, that I was always joining Xbox parties. And even if we're not playing, we just have actual social interaction chats.
Yeah.
Like I would play Destiny 2 just to be on a sitting emote and just chit chat with somebody.
Love me some Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, gaming is definitely an artwork, and I would just stare at something and play lo-fi and just chill. It's art for a lot of people. They appreciate it or try to understand.
Yeah. I want to get back into Destiny 2, but it's just like, do I want to torture myself with that grind again?
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
Especially with the new DLC coming out, they're like, February's gonna be fucking stacked.
Dude, I saw the TGA or the Game Awards.
Yeah.
They showed the trailer. I was watching it and I was just shocked.
I'm like,
You already know who I talk to first.
yeah, I'm like, bro, February is so stacked with games because you got Dying Light 2, you got Horizon Forbidden West, you have Elden Ring, you have King of Fighters 15, you also have the Destiny 2, The Witching Queen. I'm just like, I don't got time to play all of this.
Bro, I can finally say this. I'm in the PS5 club.
Yes, sir.
We can now play games together.
I'm just like, yeah, that's if I got time because usually,
I know you're busy.
yeah, and it's mostly just TO stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, like I'm either answering questions or I'm getting on Discord calls with people, talking about other stuff, and yeah, it's a never-ending job, but damn, you just love what you do.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot going on with gaming. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, you should play this game, you should play that game, or oh, senpai, you should get into Smash one. I'm like, bro, I don't got time, bro. I don't. I'm old. I got responsibilities. Like if I was like 10 years younger, maybe sure I would get back. I'd get into it competitively, but
Bro, there's a co-op
I'm
game I
old.
want us to do. It's I think called Outlast. It's like a new. They have a new Outlast coming out. Outlast Trials. It's co-op horror survival.
fuck no,
Yes.
no. Horror games.
Like we need to stream this together for our reactions.
Count me out. Count me out of horror games.
Damn, they'll make some good ass content.
Get Will. We'll do it with you. All right. And our next and final is any questions from the viewers? For those that are in the chat, is there any questions that you want to ask myself, Aerodusk, Waluigi? We'll give you guys 5 minutes before we close it out.
We can shoot this shit. In the meantime, shout out to Beefy for joining. Shout out for Broken Adeptus. And Coven briefly coming.
Coven.
Shut
Yes.
Shut Oh my god. Oh god. I'm never ready for this chat half the time, but I actually am for once. Do you read how I respond?
No, I haven't looked through. Let me check real quick.
Bro. There are some tournament nights sometimes I just want to put my head down and just be like, let me just take a nap. But then it's just like, the minute you step away, like if I step away and go to the bathroom, and by the time I come back, there's something
There's just a fire and a smoke.
Yeah.
something going on or something's happened, and I'm just like,
Somebody popped off. What do we do?
or where's this person? They need to report their set and whatnot. Like, which is
People who play sets and then both disappears. And yeah, another
Yeah.
pet peeve.
I'm still laughing at CEO now that I realize it, where people just started singing they just did the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, for Apple set. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
great.
funny.
That was so funny. I passed by this. I'm like, nope, walking away.
Yep. Shout out to Central Florida for that. That was absolutely golden.
Yes.
Love that. The Burger King crowns and everything. It was great.
It was weird because the Smash players have Burger King crowns. The Mortal Kombat people have Puerto Rico flags.
Yeah.
I know, I still got mine on me, actually. Yes, I would equal.
Nice.
This is like my treasure.
Yeah, that CEO was such a great time for.
Oh yeah, and I know this year is going to be in Daytona, which is going to be a first for me to go to. And
CEO Daytona is an experience. The venue is definitely better, like much better than the hotel. Absolutely love it. Everything around the venue within like 20 miles.
yeah,
I'm
Daytona.
Should I be worried?
A little bit,
yeah.
but it's a must go.
Okay,
Absolutely
so
love it.
definitely worried.
Okay, we got a question from Coven. When the North South Florida and South Florida crew battle?
Never. That's not a thing. There is no North South Florida and South Florida. It's just South Florida.
So like technically West Palm Beach versus Miami.
Miami cleans house. It's not even a
Honestly.
question.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're watching, Noble. I know you're a true J Mafia supporter, but he cannot do the good fight against like 5 people. There is no shot. Not alone.
Fight the good fight.
Yeah, like as much as I would like to see that, one is just like I think it'll just be a one-sided battle.
Honestly.
It'll be literally just one-sided because in North Florida we do got some good players, but South Florida they got Steven.
Yep. Steven alone he just does it all.
And if it's not Steven, then you also have Riku. You also have Grim. You have Flip. You have Dominator, even though he
Dominator and Chaco are more in the middle.
Yeah.
They could go either way.
Yeah. And then north of Florida, you have J Mafia.
J Mafia, Flash, Chunky Kong.
Chunky.
Jesus.
That's it.
That's not enough to take down Steven. I'm just saying. Not enough.
Sup, Gabe? Got FGC.
What's up, Gabe?
Chat. Oh my god. That was just a weird question itself. It's just like South Florida versus South Florida. It feels like a civil war that's not even.
It's not a real thing.
No.
It's not.
Like the Avengers Civil War.
No.
Twitter would have you think otherwise. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter's just an echo chamber, basically.
Yeah. Like as much as that would be interesting, it's just like nah. It would be like, well, everyone knows the outcome.
Honestly.
So it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
And let's just say if we had Mutace back in South Florida, Miami, it's like,
People were doing this argument when Mutace was still, before he moved. So it's
Yeah.
like, what are you even thinking? These two top 30 in the world players.
yeah.
Like, no shot.
I mean, wishful thinking, it'd be great to witness, but it's like, you already know the outcome.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, you already know the outcome. You already know what's going to happen.
Florida Civil War.
I'm not ready for that.
Oh, no.
What else? So I think next events we got are what? Beyond Comic Con?
Yeah, that's the next con.
I'm trying to talk myself out of going to freaking MegaCon again.
MegaCon.
I might be Team MegaCon if I don't get convinced otherwise.
What are the dates for those? Do you know?
I think they're both on the same date of
Florida SuperCon, which is
May or
May. Okay.
All I know is my wallet's gonna be on fire for like half the month.
I would say one of the goals that I would love to have, accomplish here in South Florida is one day having a major in South Florida.
Ooh, that would be sick.
Because I have a feeling that would, if not a major, then maybe a regional where it's not just, just Smash, but it encompasses
An FGC major.
Yeah,
Regional.
like,
Yeah.
a lot of the other fighters. So that way it brings more people together. And then, of course, that also helps getting more exposure for other venues as well. So that way people know that, okay, if you're in Miami, here are these venues. If you're in Broward, here are these venues. And if you're in West Palm, here are these venues. So that way people know that, hey, there is a community out there. And, here are the people that run, tournaments at these venues. So that way you can interact with them, engage with them. Yeah. And then, of course, if you want to, come out to the tournaments and support and see what the scene is like. So that way it grows. It grows the entire community overall and everyone benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick to see.
Yeah, definitely have plans in the works. Like I said, nothing we can announce yet, but there are definitely things on the bigger end that we've got planned.
Spicy.
And as for bringing people together around areas and stuff, there is this one idea we have for when Gamers Heaven opens. This idea called Tier Breakers. It'll be run by myself and Sabrick.
Okay.
You know Sabrick, right?
Yeah.
He comes all the time to Flynn's. Basically, the way it works is you have these pool captain drafts where you have your top players. Top players will draft like a gatekeeper player. Gatekeeper will get like a mid-level, low, and you have like these teams like 5 or 6 or whatever, and then you basically play in like a circuit around all the tournaments for points, where you have the top level players coaching everyone below them, and et cetera down the line to go ahead and make money in like a prize pot, so you get the most points, see who improves the most from a low level, and you get all these like wacky combinations and stuff of the North South Florida teaching a South Florida, or vice versa. However you Coven wants
happening.
to say. Yeah, exactly. You get all these weird combinations and friendships you didn't know were there, and then afterwards, everyone ends up better. The lower level players learn more. The top level players, coaching.
It's an anime training arc.
Yeah, basically, top level players, they also by coaching learn more about their own gameplay and such, and just overall, it's a really good thing.
Okay.
I think it'll be great. but that's all later.
Yeah,
later.
Definitely
Yeah,
excited for that.
Seabrook also came to me with that, and I said, I'm down with the idea, and I was like, let's go for it, because
Ooh, I like the sound of this.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure you also get it as well. Like when we like good ideas, but it's all about where it stands with the community. Like, is the community going to support it? And if they are, all right, let's run with it.
Yeah. And I'm more than sure they would love to. Everyone would love to get that coaching and the group experience. You learn a lot more than you do alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, for those that are watching in the chat, if there aren't any other further questions, we're going to go ahead and put a bow on this and wrap it up. So we'll give you guys another 2 to 3 minutes to send us some questions, and we'll just, end it from there.
What else is going on? I'm trying to think. Did a tournament last night for Island Vibes. A little bit. I was with Herbs and Four Face Buttons. That was funny as hell. A lot of people saw my degenerate box. I'm trying to think what's going on. Don't think much is going on yet.
Yeah, the beginning of this year is a little slow.
Yeah. But I think once it gets a little bit closer to CEO, I think that's when people are really going to start putting in that grind.
Yeah, this summer, fall, and winter are going to be insane.
Yeah.
For sure.
This is like our anime break before we actually start gaming and competing and killing each other.
Yeah, it happens like that. Like even back in November, like before CEO, like people were just coming out and just grinding and grinding. Like, I need to try to get good because I'm going to CEO.
For sure.
And then I missed the opportunity to I think it was visiting Juicy's, because some of the Smash players were playing there before CEO, and I was like, man, I missed it. I wish I was there.
The pre-local, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the new sponsored players, by the way, for Flynn's? I didn't actually see a post about that.
The new sponsors are Apple and Chunky,
Ooh.
Flash and Dominator. Of course, they're also sponsored again. For affiliates, it's Manzana, Bluxious, Undergod, and Skull.
Cool. Nice.
Good for them. That's some really good news.
Oh, yeah.
You got a brand new team, and how long is that for? 6 months, right?
Yep, 6 months.
So
gonna
that'll
be
be covered by CEO. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's going to be really interesting to see their progress and see how far they'll go, and then of course that also motivate other people who aren't sponsored and affiliated by Flynn's to get level themselves up, so that way they can get an opportunity to be sponsored or affiliated.
Gotta get good.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. And of course, later on today, I'll put out the requirements to either be for sponsorship and affiliation for Flynn's, which is very basic and very simple. It's performance based. Like to be sponsored, you need to have as many placings in the very top 3 within 6 months. And then for affiliate, you need to have a lot of placings in top 8 within 4th, 5th, and 7th place within 6 months. So pretty much top 3, bottom 3. Get as much as you can within 6 months.
Ooh.
Because I have like a Google sheet, a Google Sheet document where I track everyone's performances, and every week after the tournament is done and over with, I'll be like, okay, this person placed in first, he placed in second, placed in third, fourth, so on and so forth, and just keep going with that. And then that's when I start, like, once there's like one more tournament before it's over, or at least maybe like one more tournament before it's over, I start contacting the new ones.
Ooh, we just got a question from YouTube from Maggie Lago. Do we have any plans to go to TwitchCon this year?
No.
Would be interesting, but
Where is TwitchCon?
California.
Nah.
Or I think that's where the last one was.
My plans for this year is mostly running tournaments at conventions and growing the scene. Like, I'm really going to start going a little bit harder on growing the scene a lot more. Like, that's going to be one of my goals, and not just with Smash, but other fighters as well.
Same. Yeah.
Because I know in that department, it's not as big as Smash, but I would like it to be. But that's going to be a challenge in itself, and I'm for it.
Yeah. And like I
Yeah,
said,
it's in San Diego.
no.
In October, I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know my plans for the next 6 months.
Nah.
I'm focused on CEO and possibly Hallmont.
All Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely be at Hallmat again.
Yeah.
Assuming
I'll
they
be-
hire me again.
Yeah, I'll be at Hallmat this year.
Oh,
Because I couldn't go last year because I had to make the choice between CEO or Hallmat, and I was like, I'm going to CEO.
Yeah.
yeah, if we can do 2 together, that will be a hell of a good story.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good time at Hallmat. Check out the game room. That's where it's
Say
the whole time.
less, dog.
Say less.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
I'm a competing Mario Party 8, dog.
All right, well, since we don't have any further questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this podcast. Aerodusk, do you have any final words to say before you go?
No, just thank you both for having me again. It's always a great time with you two, and I'm looking forward to coming back again at some point. Whether it be alone, with another group,
Hell yeah.
whatever you figure out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just big things on the way for South Florida. I'm really excited to reveal them over the next coming months, and obviously the waiting of Gamers Heaven. As soon as that opens, that's also a new chapter that,
I'm so excited for that.
yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah. All righty, y'all. Waluigi, do you have any final words?
Arrow, great to have you again from the Smashcast. I still can't believe I passed by you in Otaku Fest by accident without passing by. He was at a Beyblade tournament. I didn't realize this.
Yeah, I ran a Beyblade tournament at Otaku
Yeah,
Fest. That
you
was
did.
Other than that, it's great to hear your story on gaming, your origins and such, and definitely looking forward to having you again in the future.
fun. Yeah.
All right, and as for me, Arrow, thank you for being on this podcast. Greatly appreciate and having you on again for the second time, and of course, thank you for teaching me to being a much better TO and a more efficient TO here in South Florida. Thank you, thank you so much. As I said, a lot of people don't know that I learned from him.
Senpai to senpai.
Of course, brother, you got it.
It's just for big tournaments. I most likely will need you. Like Fighter Fest Season 4, I'm definitely gonna need
Yep.
you.
Ooh.
I'm always available.
Yeah, because thankfully Riku was there and Lizard King was there, because if it was just me, I'm just like, I need a drink. Like you, especially as I said, my first pet peeve was seating, and sometimes it's just like, bruh.
Yeah. No, for now on, you need me for con tournament at Flynn's, wherever it might be. You can just hit me up and
Will
I'll
do.
be there.
All right.
Ooh, sweet.
All right, y'all. Well, this concludes episode 46 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. It's going to be available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. And, of course, video playback will be available on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, where it's currently being streamed on.